So I think the Babylonians are about to acquire two new Umayyad cities, and this is going to make them a pretty big force in the Middle East. I mean, Nebuchadnezzar might have a chance here of trying to, I don't know, maybe unify in the Middle East, at least in the southern portion. The Arabian Peninsula is kind of weak. I mean, we've got an Arabia with, we've got a Mecca with, well, I guess just, yeah, we've got an Arabia with just a Mecca is what I'm trying to say. Just one capital city, and that is Mecca. The Sumer are not very good. They are behind in technology, where the Babylonians are, of course, always going to be ahead in technology. So, yeah, I mean, this is going to be pretty big. Not in terms of population, but just because, you know, in terms of geography and things like that. Any other wars that have popped up? No. A few people have declared war on Chola. I'm sorry, not Cholo, Chola. And that's two different, those are also kind of Spanish slang words. But anyways, here we go. Let's see how they try this. Let's see how they go about this, I guess. This is a pretty good composition for an AI. Normally the AI just has units all over the place, but hey, you know, they've got two melee units, they've got range units all surrounding a city. I mean, they did a pretty good job with the placement here. And I am sure that is all due to luck. I'm very positive that that the AI is not actually organizing their armies this well. So everyone's declaring war on Moria, it looks like. Actually, no, that's going to be the Maratha. Bam, there it goes. The Umayyad have lost their capital, which means that they're going to lose another city, which they still need to get a melee unit in here. Is that, that's just desert? Okay, so boom, swoop, swoop, and then they're going to booty grab this last Umayyad city. And yeah, so that is going to be 5 cities for the Babylonians. And I don't know if the Babylonians could technically be at war with Arabia. I'm not sure. You know, there's wars that last a long time. If they are, it might be interesting. I think the Egyptians and the Arabians were at war for quite a long time. I believe they did peace out. Okay, so here's the Umayyad sort of rebuttal. Another big thing is that this is going to give Nebuchadnezzar access to the Mediterranean. So that's huge, at least the eastern Mediterranean, and then he'll be able to have a small port here in the Red Sea. And if the Babylonians decide to attack for the Suez Canal, he could totally take this away from Egypt. Let's go and check on the Goths. How are they doing? They're still having some trouble, and they're not going to be able to do this alone. So they need to probably peace out with Austria. I'm sorry, they either need to peace out or convince Austria to go to war, which the AI does not. I don't think they offer trade deals for people to go to war, but that hopefully could be something, a new addition in Civ 6. Civ 6, that would be amazing. If you see trade deals, AIs, you know, trying to bribe you to go to war, that would be really cool, because that was something that was not really explored. We also have the British still trying to invade the Portuguese. So Porto at about kind of in the yellow in terms of health, but there is no melee unit nearby. Nothing, not a melee embarked unit, not even a privateer, which, I mean, it's in the English Channel, but they still have a long way to go. Okay, so we were seeing a few British workers moving around. This one actually pretty weak. Oh, what happened here? Oh, nothing. Okay, new research agreement. Wasn't sure what I heard from that little placement. And the New World Wars, that is going to be very fun. Again, I'm going to be so confused. I'm going to be probably writing off in my head like, oh yeah, you know what, Mongolia and or no, actually Kazakhstan and Japan are going to war. Who cares? They're so far away from each other in the old world. And then I'm going to look over here at California, and I'm like, oh, crap. Oh, I totally missed this. I definitely missed this. All right, let me check on... oh, you know what? Okay, well, the Shanu are coming over this way. One thing that I'm forgetting is the... and I'm actually not 100% about this, but the Spanish have a unique units there. Is it Conquistador? That can also settle cities from a separate continent or something like that. But they don't have, it's just Terrasios. That could be entirely the crack speaking right now. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they do. I mean, it's been like 2 years since I played as Spain, so it's been a long time. And even when I did play as Spain, I don't remember using that ability too much. So yeah, the Shanu are probably going to move through Japanese lands. The Japanese need to build an infrastructure. They get an infrastructure here in the Pacific in place, and they're going to be in a really, really good situation. Really good situation. Kazakhstan about to go for their third city. And yeah, the Chukchi, who are probably going to continue to settle in the American Deep South, it looks like. And I guess the British are just continuing to explore upcoming session. All right. Hopefully I didn't miss any wars. I forgot that the Shanu had settled, had founded a city in the Caribbean, which is kind of cool. Nothing really in South America besides in modern-day Brazil, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so peace deal between Darius and Chola and the Japanese. Big wars still going on in Africa. Lots and lots and lots of wars. I cannot believe Africa has not consolidated. This is kind of one of the first times we haven't seen a consolidated Africa. I mean, I guess we kind of are with the Ashanti and the Congo, but I can't see them grabbing too many more cities. I mean, I guess the Congo could probably try to take out all these people that are stealing South Africa away. But yeah, like I said, I mean, Ethiopia is going to be really, really safe. So, yeah, the Umayyad are eliminated, and we now see a very interesting Babylon. A very interesting Babylon. And let's not forget, Babylon has been really aggressive. Babylon has been super aggressive in this campaign. I mean, I don't really know why. I don't remember off the top of my head the flavor, the flavor of Babylon traditionally when it comes to war. They definitely have open borders through the Sumer territory, but they're not at war with the Sumer. And actually, they could have gone to war with Sumer quite a long time ago. I feel like the Babylonians are being peaceful towards both the Sumer and the Persians. And that's a smart move. And I'm wondering if, oh my gosh, I love the massive force in the Caspian Sea that the Persians control. A future Persian-Russian war would be really interesting. Very, very interesting. You know, I think that some of the reason why some of these great powers haven't just broke out into huge wars is, well, for one, no one's fenced off, no one is completely safe. The Huns can't go to war because they've always got to fear the Shanu, who technically have a few borders with them. The Russians can't go to war because of the Huns. We've got the Goths here that are allied to next to the Russians, as well as a very strong Finland. Let's not forget about that. And when I asked you guys your top 5 or top 10 or whichever you guys preferred to give in the comments below, probably about 2 videos ago, a lot of people really liking Finland. I believe something really big happened for Finland in that episode, so that might have been a reason for the popularity of Finland. But I'm really liking Finland. Finland needs to continue to go to war, though. And it looks like they might be thinking about a war with Sweden very soon with all these citadels. There's kind of a citadel war between these two civs. A citadel war. Bam, look at that. They drop a citadel right there, and they cut them all off. Can they do that next to I actually don't know if they would be able to do that exactly because of the citadel. I know they could drop a citadel next to a city, but can you drop a citadel next to an enemy citadel and then grab it for your own control? For some reason, there's something in my mind saying that you can't, but maybe that's just dumb. Maybe that's just Drew being crack lord. I don't know. I feel like there's something weird about that. Anyways, all right, let's check on the Mughals. Subcontinent of India still really, really divided as well, which I don't know for how long. Persia sending a settler this way, down south. Actually, 2. All heading for Indonesia. We've got 2 Congo settlers as well. 2 Congo settlers. A 3rd one here in Australia. Pretty massive force for the Siamese. And I think Siam is just trying to reinforce, though. I don't think he's trying to do anything too big with that force. Japanese kind of have their hands tied, I think. They're worried much. I think they're worried, not really worried, but they're really not concerned with the old world anymore. But I'm surprised someone hasn't settled Hawaii yet. That's a perfect jumping off port. That is a port to get to the New World for the Pacific. And we've seen that, yeah, Eastern Asian civs seem to be a little bit more into the colonization game than the Europeans. And, which is strange. I forgot about this city here that Babylon has in the Yucatan Peninsula, which makes Babylon in an even better situation. because now they're consolidating in the Middle East. They also have a foothold inside of modern-day Mexico. So yeah, they're in a pretty good situation. So in the next one, I think I want to check in on religion. I would definitely like to check in on demographics. I cannot remember off the top of my head last time we checked those. I know there's not that much information that we can get from the demographics or the religion tabs, but it's still pretty interesting. Yeah, it is still pretty interesting to look at those things. Here we have Spain with a force that I don't know if they're going to go and reinforce their city back at home. Could be something. Okay, so here's a British caravel. They might actually have a chance. Well, there's also a privateer that they're not doing anything with. I mean, I know that the AI, it does seem like the AI has a flavor to go and reinforce certain cities. Certain colonies, I should say, in the New World. So those units could be going to kind of reinforce some of the holdings that they control in the New Worlds. The Pope staying kind of quiet with his stuff. Still loving how big Austria is, but I want to see Austria continue. I want to see Austria continue onward. They've got to continue at war here. The Mediterranean is just full of units. Look at all these units. This is crazy. This is insanity. That just like I bet by the end of this campaign, we're going to just see a unit in every single tile in the Mediterranean. And actually, that's probably just going to be a pretty common theme all around the world. Not just in the Mediterranean, but just everywhere in general. Is we are just going to see units on every single tile. Especially for someone that's closed off, like the Ottomans. Which the Ottomans have to worry because the Babylonians have already expressed that they don't really like the Ottomans. So that is kind of the situation that they're in. Again, the Persians showing that I think the Persian AI is just really good. I'm really liking the Persian AI. They're able to hold off once again the Congo. I mean, let's remember that. I mean, that was a few videos ago, but the Congo and the Ethiopians. But that's still really impressive. Real impressive. I mean, this city wasn't really attacked for the most part, but they did see a invasion in the Persian Gulf, and they held them off. They held them off. All right, what's going on at the Congo? They are doing something here. Obviously, this Persian settler is still trapped. Siam as well still needs to go to war. Austria, Siam, Finland. I'd like to see them go to war. I'd like to see what they would do. And all of those, I don't believe... Oh, Persia is getting out of all their wars. The coalition is finally ending. Darius survived. It's a miracle. Yeah, Darius has survived, and the Congo are about to just grab all of this stuff. I think that for the most part, the Congo are just going to totally grab most of the land in Australia. Nothing in the North or South Islands of New Zealand, Southern Islands, I guess I should say. Is this how this is referred to as? The North Island and the South Island in New Zealand? I think I had a New Zealand viewer tell me that. I don't know if that was a dream or if that was just a weird hypnotic trance that I was in, but I swear I read that comment. Not entirely sure, though. Chukchi probably focused mainly on colonization as well. I mean, yeah, I see at least one settler within their territory. There we go. That's about time, Great Britain. Shanu sending another settler to the New World. We've got Great Britain going order. Interesting. Great Britain going order. So what does that mean? Are we, in terms of ideologies, who's who now? Well, we'll find out. Anyways, yeah, so this is going to make it very easy for these two melee units to just kind of come up and start attacking Porto. They still need to range strike it, though. Don't take your ship of the lines out of the way. You're not finished just yet. But I still, I know that the British are doing good. I know the British are colonizing and things like that. But I still think without grabbing Scotland, this is going to be really, really tough. without grabbing Scotland. I mean, they've got northern Scotland technically with Dublin, but I mean, like, without grabbing the capital of Scotland, you know, Scotland has territory here in Wales. You're gonna have to take Wales back for sure. Great Britain, if you want to be called Great Britain. Aren't they just England right now? I'm sorry, maybe they could be the UK, theoretically, with the territory they control. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. The British, I didn't even realize, I forgot about Braga here in Scandinavia. The British might just stay at war with Portugal and go after this territory too. A holding in Scandinavia could be useful for them, I think. Now, how are the Goths doing? Goths are taking a long time to process their turn because I think they're confused. This is why mountains are a big deal, because Budapest would have fallen a really long time ago, but that's not happening. And the Goths might not ever be able to take Budapest with just these units. They absolutely need artillery weapons if they want to take over Budapest. Because with artillery, you know, and then, well, they've got to figure out a way to get a melee unit in there, but they've shown that they can kind of do that. They can kind of somewhat do that. But, yeah, I mean, they're kind of having obvious problems. Egypt moving through Ethiopian territory. Egypt going after Benin, who's held on for a long time with a 21 population city. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Is that the biggest city in sub-Saharan Africa? Yeah, it's pretty close. In just Africa, Thebes is going to be bigger, but that's not really sub-Saharan, right? Anything south of the Sahara Desert, I believe, is the definition. I'm not even sure. Okay, real quick, let's check on the ideologies in play, because we did see Great Britain go order here, which means a little bit more nations following order now for the to fight off autocracy, I guess. Actually, that's right. Finland is, wait, have we talked about how they're now 10 out of 49? Finland, really, that's amazing, Finland. Okay, now it's about time we need to check on this. Finland, how are you doing this good? Where are you, first of all, Finland? That's what I want to know. There you are. All right, so you're only falling with Austria. As of now, I mean, as of so far. Arabia, you're not doing super well. Let's see, are you falling? You're static. Oh, that's fine. That's me. And that is going to be it for this episode. Moria, they're falling with Moria. Portugal, but Portugal is close to being dead. And the Chukchi, ooh, that one hurts right there. Falling with the Chukchi and the Pope and the Shanu. Still, going to be very interesting to see what the Shanu do with, with what Finland does with the possibility of becoming influential with many civs across the world. But anyways, guys, I'll stop right there. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.